What are we doing here? I present to you our blank prom canvas, a.k.a. the stinky-ass gym. We could probably build off the dank smell and go with an under the sea at low tide theme.
You know, Paloma, my new girlfriend, spent the entire summer under the sea studying whale migration patterns, so... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub my happy relationship in your sad face.
It's okay. I'm genuinely happy for you. Talk about Paloma all you want.
Okay, thank God, because literally everything reminds me of her. She's just the best. I can't even remember Life BP. That means before Paloma. My new GF. That means girl.
We know. Okay, prom themes.
AJ, Brett, hello from Las Vegas.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
You both must have a sense of pride because most spin-offs don't survive, and your show has done so well. So what a great sense of accomplishment.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess they don't, excuse me, I guess they don't always work, and ours has, which is pretty amazing.
What I love about Schooled is it's niche comedy. It's so creative.
I agree with that. It is. That's thanks to our writers and a lot of the cast.
Okay, Brett, AJ, are we going to finally resolve the love triangle this season?
Yes, the love triangle. It's been going for almost 35 episodes. Awesome.
It's amazing. It's still happening. I mean, the finale, we're going to see Lainey have to kind of make a decision and figure out exactly what she wants in her adult life. CB is also going to have to make a really big decision, and Barry's going to be kind of caught in the middle of it all as well. So it's going to be interesting because there's now an added character for CB, and that adds a bit of an interesting element to, I think, Lainey's jealousy and how we see her react to the fact that CB now is kind of getting to know someone else. But our finale is really awesome because a lot of it is centered around the movie Clueless, which for me, it's like that's one of my favorite 90s films. And I think it's kind of going to be an interesting nod to the movie. I think this episode is going to be actually one of my favorites. I'm really excited about it.
And Brett, do fans reach out on social media complaining or wanting a resolve to the love triangle? What's the response been?
There's been a lot of there's a online thing where there's Team Barry and then there's Team CB, and they kind of fight over each other sometimes. At least that's what I've noticed.
Totally.
Yeah.
Team CB though gets a lot of love.
Yeah, Team CB. That's good. Barry's great too, though. So they're both great guys.
Now, AJ, Lainey had to make a transition between two shows. So were you kind of intimidated on where you were going to take this character next?
A little bit, yeah. I never saw a spinoff in the future. I mean, I may have possibly thought about it for other characters. I never thought about it as like, you know, it'll be Lainey and Coach Meller and Glasgow. But I think it's kind of an amazing centerpiece for the show are those, you know, characters, and then you have CB as this introduced kind of new character, which I think is really fresh and interesting. I was definitely nervous about the spinoff only because, you know, I've played Lainey now for the past 6 years. I've taken her from high school to college to dropping out to forming a band to dropping out to figuring out, you know, what she's going to do next. And I didn't necessarily know where the show would go, and the writers have just kind of completely flown with it. I mean, it's been really fun to play Lainey in the 90s, and I think the episodes have worked out really well comedically, and I think we have a really, really interesting cast and a lot of incredible characters. Even, you know, Hanifa Wood introduced as the science teacher, I think is really interesting. I mean, we have a really good, like, well-rounded cast figured out. So it's not just Lainey, there's so many people, so many pieces of the puzzle, but I think it's become really an interesting spinoff, and it's worked, which most do not.
Well, I'm Generation X, and I graduated high school in 1994. So that's what I love about Schooled is the music, and it just makes me so nostalgic. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get nostalgic too. I mean, I don't know what generation we are. Why?
Z or no?
Oh, maybe Z.
L.
I'm not sure, but I feel nostalgic for this show too. I mean, I was born in 91. Brett, you were born in 92?
90. 90, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're older than me.
I know, I seem like I'm younger.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do a little bit.
But it's interesting that yeah, we can have like this nostalgic feeling towards this show that we're on. Like we're 90s kids and we're playing, you know, teachers in the 90s. I mean, it's very neat. It's a little time capsule for us.
I was cracking up during the Criss Cross episode because I lived next door to a middle school, and I remember back in the day when Criss Cross was huge, I would drive to work and see all the kids walking to school, and some of the boys had their pants on backwards, but they had this look of terror on their face. Would they be accepted, or were they thinking, am I just being ridiculous?
That's
That's
so
cool.
funny. He's like, "Am I doing this right? I mean, I am, but I could get like hit for this." Backwards pants. I'm not sure about that.
And AJ, we had Melissa Joan Hart. She directed Lainey's episode, and I just love her. I grew up watching Clarissa Explains It All.
Same. I'm a huge, excuse me, I'm a huge Melissa Joan Hart fan. I think between Clarissa Explains It All and Sabrina, I mean, she's a really talented actor, but she's also a great director. Like to have, a core group of female directors on this show has been really an added bonus. And I think she's super talented and she knew exactly what to do with that episode. And that was a big deal. That was the first time Lainey had reconnected with her mom in years. So it was awesome having her kind of spearhead that one.
And Brett, the finale coming up for Schooled, all clueless episode. It's just going out on a high note, huh?
This finale, yes, it is. I think people will be very excited for a season 3 with after this one. It ends in a way where you're gonna want to know what's gonna happen. Was that a good teaser? Or was it kind of all over the place? I felt pretty good about it.
It was great. It was actually
Oh,
great. It was perfect soundbite.
Now, since we're talking about school and teachers, did you have a teacher in your life that made an impression on you?
Yes, there was Mr. Anderson, who was my drama teacher, who was this lanky, very physical guy, and he's probably 60 when he was my drama teacher, and he was doing things that like 12-year-olds do, like throwing themselves on the ground. So we were all worried about Mr. Anderson breaking his neck, but somehow he was never injured.
That's incredible. I mean, that guy
Yeah,
sounds like he could have been like a stand-up comedian if he was that
he
physical,
he
like just
he could
teaching
have
you
been.
guys.
Yeah, he could have been.
You've mentioned him before. He actually sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say I had a teacher in second grade, Mrs. Muffin, who I absolutely loved. And by the way, the
Mrs.
fact that her
Muffin.
name was Mrs. Muffin is incredible. Um, basically that sums her up. Like she was a delicious human, like kind and sweet and like a baked good. She was really wonderful, and she was incredibly smart and just really kind and caring. And I'll never forget her.
Brett, AJ, thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations and good luck with the season finale of Schooled.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
man. Stay
much.
safe.
Stay safe.